Hey, it's Roger McDonald from rogermcdonald.net. You can find me on Facebook, Roger McDonald Healing Warrior, and just friend me on Facebook if you want to. Hey, that's cool. Why am I doing this video on healing cancer? Well, I get it. There's a lot, I even had a couple of family members recently who had cancer overseas, and it can be a terrible and tragic and horrible thing to go through. So I'm doing this video to give what I believe are some ways which you can approach cancer. Now, I have tried this in real life because my uncle had been given 3 days to live back on New Year's Day 2017. He had terminal cancer apparently. They gave him 3 days to live, and so what happened is I went to see him, took him through my program very rapidly over a couple of days. So the first day we did 3 hours together, and after that got up like he was well. And the next day when I came to see him, he was sitting outside in the sunshine with his sunglasses on. So that's from having 3 days to live to being well enough to emotionally to be able to fight the cancer, which is what he did, and he beat it. And he still continued on with all these allopathic, remedies like, chemotherapy and all that kind of stuff, surgery. But the point is, I want to show you how your emotions can be tied to you healing your cancer through this video. So, okay, enough from that. Cool. So, some causes of cancer. There's 3 causes of cancer, I think. There may be more. You let me know. Environmental. So yeah, if you're exposed to toxins in the environment, pollution, if you're definitely exposed to radiation, that's going to cause cancer. Dangerous radiation. Your diet. If you've got a diet which is high, genetically engineered food, just a lot of junk food, fats, sugars, and that's going to weaken your immune system. It's not going to be good for you. That's going to enable cancer to take root into your body. So yeah. And emotional, this is where I work with cancer, because a lot of the cancer treatments nowadays, obviously you'll get chemotherapy, you get your allopathic remedies, your medicine, you change your diet to eating more salads. But where I work is on the emotional level. So your emotions have a tremendous amount to do with how, successful you are in life, but how your health is. And just notice how you feel on Friday afternoon. You generally feel good, don't you? And that's an emotional thing. Friday afternoon seems the most beautiful afternoon ever. Everything just seems to glow because it's Friday afternoon, you have the weekend off. But Sunday night sometimes just seems a bit depressing. It's all emotional, yeah. So that's where I'm going to. So some treatments for cancer. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to do my best. Obviously, chemotherapy, which I do encourage you to do if you've been diagnosed with cancer. Allopathic medicine. Healthier diet. Salads, vegetable juices, carrot juices, greens, all that kind of stuff does help you. A high alkaline diet will help you. And the third aspect of this is faith, prayer, and meditation, relaxation, anything you do to calm yourself down, to give yourself hope, to give yourself a vision of healing, guided visualization, visualizing, your white blood cells like little rabbits running around eating the tumors. You can do all that. That's really good. Now, the interesting thing is, what generally defines the difference between, because generally when you get a person who gets cancer diagnosis, they go through chemotherapy in the allopathic path, and the next step is your healthier diet, which not many people do, but these two are the ones that decide whether you're going to come out of the cancer successfully. Is healthier diet and your faith, your prayer, your meditation. And I'm going to go into basically this one, the last one. This is where I work in my program, in my therapy, my stuff I do. So we've got 2 systems of protection in our body. There's 2 major systems of protection according to Dr. Bruce Lipton in his book, The Biology of Belief. We've got the immune system, and the immune system is continually been working since you're born, busting out cancer cells. So you've had cancer cells have been roaming around your body since you were born, but your immune system is generally strong enough to deal with them. And I'm going to come back to that. So the other system of protection is our survival system, our fight, flight, and freeze system. This is designed to keep us safe from external threats. And the interesting thing about these 2 systems of protection is, which I found in Dr. Lipton's book, is that the immune system and the survival system can't operate simultaneously. It's like you can only have your immune system operating effectively, and then this one's got to be shut off, or you can have this one operating effectively and this one's got to be shut off. I do encourage you to refer to my other video on my Facebook profile about the HPA axis. It's really, really important, the hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, and you'll understand how your survival system will shut down your immune system in times of threat. Okay. So Roger McDonald, I'm back with part 2 of this video. I do encourage you to share this video with your friends, people who've got cancer, because I hope that's the reason, my mission with doing this, is that I really do get, I really get annoyed when people don't know 100% of the, potential causes of their cancer, and they just, so that's why I'm doing this video. Now, okay, so now these are the contributing factors to the emotional causes of cancer, okay? So the first lot, as we have, is survival emotions. Doubt, fear, anger, insecurity, worry, anger, anxiety, judgment, competition, hostility, sadness, guilt, shame, depression, and lust. These are survival emotions. These are emotions which are normally used when we're in survival mode. And when you are experiencing these emotions a lot, you're shutting down your immune system. Remember, I talked about that we have 2 systems of protection, which Dr. Bruce Lipton says. We have our immune system and our survival system, which is fight, flight, and freeze. And they cannot operate at the same time, so we're either operating one or the other. Please go back to my HPA axis video further down my Facebook profile to find that, because that's another 10-minute video for me to explain here. So basically what I did with Michael was we worked through all these emotions, because in the course of your life, you may be 20, 30, 40, 50 years old, you will have accumulated these emotions through your different experiences of life. Maybe you've had a painful childhood, traumatized relationships and that, and you're going to experience these emotions, very strongly. And what happens is these emotions are like programs which are not shut down. And they can actually wear your body down. So you never noticed on your computer when you have too many tabs open on your search engine, or when you have too many programs operating on your computer. You might have Skype operating and a music recorder and Facebook and it slows your computer down, or even stops your computer. So what happens is when you have too many of these emotions operating at a high level on a continual daily basis, which we could summarize this to be stress, all these emotions, it's going to activate survival mode, and it's going to shut down your immune system, which your immune system is wanting to defeat this cancer. It's wanting to beat it. But when you're actively engaged in these kind of emotions, survival, stressful emotions, you're shutting down your immune system's capability to heal the cancer, to fight off the cancer. The white blood cells are not doing their job because all your blood is in your arms and your legs, fighting off a potential threat. And now the interesting thing I mentioned before in my other video is that our unconscious mind, our mind does not know the difference between something vividly imagined and something that's real. So if you have these, simply, and this is where we go to the next part of what I believe causes emotion, the emotional problems which contribute to cancer, is traumatic events in the past. So if I ask you to go back to a time when you had a really, really bad memory from childhood, yeah, you find that memory. Now, I want you to notice, I want you to really look at that memory and experience and go back into it, and you'll notice that feelings might start to come up. Some of these feelings, yeah, might start to come up from those traumatic events in the past. So that's where working with someone like me who can help you go back to those and clear those is essential to helping you clear cancer. I'm not going to go too much into that now, but okay. Now, what the doctors say to a person when they're diagnosed with cancer has a lot to do with whether they're going to be successful in beating it or not. So if a doctor says to a person, I've got some really bad news, you've only got such and such time to live. And then what happens is that can add to the stress for the patient. That can trigger the patient to go into all these emotions in overdrive. So what the doctors say has a tremendous effect on the patient of whether they're going to be successful or not. Imagine if, and some doctors do say this, some doctors do. So what if the doctor says, I've got some bad news. You've been diagnosed with this. And they do say it may be this amount of time that you can hold out. But in saying that, there have been many, many people in the past who have beat this, and maybe you can beat this too. Yeah, that's gonna have an effect of dampening the patient's rushing into those survival emotions. So what a doctor says, and I know they're working on it. Some doctors just have no people skills, as you may know, but some do. People have hurt you. Now, this is another contributing to the emotional causes of cancer, which is activating the survival mechanisms in your body and suppressing your immune system, is when you've got deep-seated feelings of unforgiveness, hatred, and anger towards another human being. Because someone may have hurt you years and years ago, maybe when you were 2, maybe when you're in the womb, maybe when you are, quite recently in your life. It could be a sibling, it could be a cousin, it could be a brother or sister, I mean, it could be a partner, husband or wife, employee, someone that you perceive has hurt you, done you wrong. Now, the interesting thing about the unconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between a memory, which is vividly recalled, and reality. So your unconscious mind, every time you reflect on that person that hurt you in the past, you're activating, guess what, emotions? These emotions. Because your unconscious mind does not know the difference between something that's vividly imagined and something that's real. So I want you to, for a moment, to think of someone who's hurt you in the past. Think of someone, it might be your dad, your mum, or your uncle, or auntie, or someone close to you, friend, best friend betrayed you. Think of that person, and now go back to that event where they actually did that. And I want you to notice that these kind of emotions are going to start rising up. Now, the interesting thing is, when I spoke to, I'm not going to go into details, obviously it's a bit confidential, but an interesting thing with people is that they generally have some deep-seated feelings of unforgiveness and resentment towards someone that's hurt them. So that's another stage of healing, and it's quite easy to get through this through forgiveness and healing work in what I do. So these are the sort of the 4 areas that I work on with people, and I believe if you can work through those, that you can suppress that survival, because all these 4 are contributing to the activation of your HPA axis, your hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal axis, which is your survival system, and it's suppressing your immune system and stopping your ability to heal your cancer. It's stopping the ability of your white blood cells to do what they do optimally to heal their cancer. So here we go. I hope this is of some help. Please forward it to people who have cancer. Again, this is a touchy issue, but hey, this video is purely motivated from a desire to help people. I want people to be more informed. I mean, even allopathic medicine is not informed about this. Even most people. This is just my understanding and my desire to help people is why I've come up with this stuff. So, have an awesome day. This is Roger from Roger McDonald. .net. Like this video. Share it with people you think may help. It's really about helping people. And hey, this is just, it's worked. I've applied it with someone who had terminal cancer, 3 days to live, and they are back. And now it's 9 months later. They are still well. They're living at home. Had all the cancers removed, and yeah, it works. I believe it works. 20 years of study and questioning has brought me to understanding how this may contribute to you healing. And I know you may have some questions, and some of you, and I'm already anticipating those questions. So if you want to private message me, I'm happy to see if I can answer those questions for you. This is Roger from RogerMcDonald.net. Have an awesome day. Take care.